Hello everyone and welcome to Beez Blades. I'm Brian and this is the channel that brings you along for the dive down the rabbit hole of knife collecting and enthusiasm. We got some blade mail today, so since we opened them together, let's get to it. Let's see what we got in here. I mean, I already know what it is, but... Ooh. So I've had nothing but good experiences with Civivi so far, so I had to get another one. This is going to be the Civivi Ortis. They have a really good reputation for budget knives. I can't help it. I just find myself getting another one. But this is what you get with your box. If you've ever seen a Civivi unboxing, I think they're all pretty much the same. So, get a nice case. You know, I've been saving these to put with my knives. Alright, so this is what you get with a Civivi. You get a little Civivi brand insert, read before using the knife. They have a nice cloth, in case you haven't seen a review on a Civivi, which I find hard to believe. You get a nice cloth with it, which does come in handy. Get a couple of stickers from Wee Knife. Well, you should get, yep, there's two. Collect the whole set. And nice case, plush. But what we came here for is the Civivi Ortis. Check it out. Give you up close and personal. If you want to get a good look at it. Try not to go too fast. So there is that side. Here is your top side. Here's your spacer. Here's your pivot side. Here is your clip side. And I'll turn it over. Like I said, try not to go too fast. All right, I got this knife on Amazon, and as of the date of this video's release, it's still $39.95, so 40 bucks for this knife, which is, you know, that's pretty good. There's also a blue and an OD green with a black stonewash blade that looks really nice. I mean, I would have liked to have them all, but the black stonewash blade, if that's your thing, it's $1 more, so can't beat that. If you don't know, OD green stands for olive drab green. There are other variations with the black stonewash blade, and there's a very nice looking one with twill carbon fiber scales and Damascus for $89.25. And of course, I will put links in the description below. Let's check out the deployment and action of the Ortis. Oh, very nice, right off the bat. There is your blade. Very sharp looking clip point. Having trouble focusing today. My focus needs more focus. So let's check out how she works. Man, it's pretty smooth. So far, it feels like the detent is just, I mean, once it lets go, it's pow. Pow, right in the kisser. Pow, right in the kisser. That's a Family Guy reference if you guys watch Family Guy. Let's see how the Spidey flick goes. Oh man, I'm telling you what, the detent is a little it's a little stiff. So when it lets go, it's bam. It is out there. So as usual, I like to check out all the deployment options. Flipping works good. The reverse flick or a Spidey flick works pretty well. It's a little tough. You got to give it a little bit of oomph. And then blade open. It's not too bad. Not too bad. And let's see. Oh boy. So if you guys watch my other videos, you know I always like to try all the options. Opening this upside down, it is not allowing it. It says nope. Not happening. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if I can get that one in there. But other than that, man, wow, it just pops right open. Very little effort. Just like that. So far the action is pretty good. So we'll check out some specs and ergos, and if you're still watching, please give Beez Blades a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the journey and all the knives headed our way, and there's going to be a lot. Follow me on Instagram, and it's at Beez Blades. Pretty simple. The goal here is to bring you at least 2 episodes every week with fresh knife content, unboxings, full reviews from my experience. Actually carrying and using them, sharpening them. My hopes is, like the reason I watch YouTube videos on knives is, do I want that knife? Does that knife look cool? And you guys can get my perspective and see where I come from. And, you know, if you watch some of my videos, you'll know my opinions and how I operate, and that can help you decide whether to purchase or pass. I only ask once, so there's that. So let's check out some specs, and then we'll go with some ergos. The blade length. Now, these are the specs listed. You know, when I get into the full review, I'll get more specific. They're usually pretty darn close, but the blade length is 3.25 inches, so you got 3 1/4. Let's do this. All right, and these bad boys are 1/4 inch, so you got 1, 2, 3. Just give you an idea if you want to go that route. Your closed length is 4.23 inches, so there's your closed length, and your overall length is 7.48 inches. Zoom out a little bit for you. So 7.48. The blade material, and let's see if we can see here. It's tiny. 9CR18 MOV, which I am totally happy with. I've been enjoying it. Blade thickness is 0.12. You know, it's like 0.118. Of course, I'll measure it. You got a nice clip point blade with a hollow grind. It already feels like, man, hollow grinds can really, really be slicey. Got a satin finish, and the handles are FRN. If you don't know, that's fiberglass reinforced nylon. Whoops. Give you a look at that. And so with the fiberglass reinforced nylon, sometimes you get a real bad tink. This one's not too bad. Let me see, give you an example. Well, shoot. Do I even have one here? I don't even have the Titac 2 has the FRN. I don't even have any other knives with me that have FRN. But if they don't have a liner, they tend to be real cheap feeling. You know, I like to say something you found in a kid's toy box. It goes tink, tink, tink. This has a little bit of the tink factor, but it's not bad because it has liners. If it were just the FRN, I know I wouldn't like it right off the bat. But the liners give it a solid feeling. They kind of fixed the, you know, I forgot it was FRN until just now. So I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Handle thickness is 0.47, so it's less than a ½ inch thick. Let's see what it looks like up next to, just pull out a couple. Here is the famous Kaiser Cormorant for comparison. So it's a little thinner than the Cormorant, just a little bit. And the QSP Penguin, it is thinner than the QSP Penguin. Not a whole lot, but it is. Just to give you an idea if those happen to be one of the knives you have. So the liners, I like how they're, I don't know, shadow box. I really enjoy when the liners stick out just a little bit from the scales. Some folks don't. I do. I like it. It tends to make it smooth, and the way I figure it probably helps from wearing out the edges of the scales. And these scales have some chamfering, which is really nice. And I like, these aren't flat. I don't know if I can give you an idea. If you can see here, they're, I can't think of the word for it. They're contoured. Let's do it like this. So you can see they're just a tad rounded. Not a whole lot, but they're not, you know, like some of the handles like this, which are flat as flat gets. Pow! They're not quite that flat. So that's pretty nice. The liner lockup, maybe about 30%, not a whole lot. I'm sure it'll probably move in a little bit. The pivot assembly is caged ceramic bearings. And of course, Civivi has this nice captured pivot and the pivot logo. With the difference on one of my recent videos, I was talking about the Sin Cut version of Civivi. And if you look, they have the same pivot screws. If I can get it, there you go. If you see, of course, this one's black, but on the other side, you get the Civivi, whereas with their cheaper version, you do not. Just one of those little things that I've noticed. All right, the pocket clip. So you got a deep carry pocket clip. It looks like we are recessed just a little bit. So if you see on this side, it is a little recessed. So it looks like it's going to be pretty comfortable, and it's not sticking up way up in the air. Some of the knives I have, I kind of am having a little bit of issue with the pocket clip. You know, it comes up this far, and then when you go to get a grip on it, all you feel is pocket clip. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh, so far not too bad. We'll get into that here in just a second. So this is right and left carry, tip up, just the tip up. And I like this style of pocket clip. It's no sharp edges and super, super strong. Jeez. While I'm talking about the pocket clip, let's get a pair of jeans and see what it looks like in the pocket. So there's what you'll have. I really like the deep carry. So that's looking pretty good. Pretty solid. Not too shabby. Let's check out the weight real quick. Let's see if it's what they say. Now, their spec said 2.87. We shall check it right now on the scales, which are calibrated. Pretty close, 2.83. Not too bad. Not too bad. This is made in China. I prefer American made, but you know, the Civivis, wow, I'm liking them. Check out some ergos. Man, this is like kind of like the everyday carry, like a perfect lightweight everyday carry knife. You know, it's less than 3 ounces. Man, it feels pretty good. Let's do a couple size comparisons for you. Line her up. So, here is the knife that I showed recently. There is the scepter. So you can see the scepter is considerably smaller. I'm lining them up right there at the start of the blade to give you an idea. Scepter is definitely a smaller carry. Here's a knife that a lot of people have. I think this is one of Kershaw's most common knives, is the Kershaw Leek. So let's see what it looks like up here. So there's the Leek. So you can see it, you know, it's like that size. You know, that size that it's just comfortable for most folks. The Leek is a little smaller. I like that. The handle on this, obviously, a lot better. Not obviously. But, and of course, one of my all-time favorites. You guys know what this is. The Civivi Riffle. So the handle length is about the same on those, and the blade length is pretty darn close. And as far as cutting edge, you get more with the Riffle. But you do have a forward choil. That finger choil is very comfortable. So far, the ergos, I'm not feeling any problems if I'm doing some cutting. I'm not feeling any hot spots yet. You know, we'll get to that after I've used it. Cut some stuff up with it, you know, cut some trees down, stuff like that. We'll see what it feels like. Let's pull out a couple more knives for comparison. This is a knife that, man, has gotten really popular. I'm glad I got it when I did. Here is the QSP Penguin. And we'll do one more. One of my favorites, and a knife that I will always keep because it was one of my first knives with nicer steel, and it was my project knife. There is a video if you want to check it out. And that is the Kaiser Cormorant. Some people do not like that blade. I love it. So as you can see, it's a general all-around medium size. It's an everyday carry for sure. So we'll find a couple things to cut here real quick. We'll cut some leather, maybe a piece of cardboard, and then I'll wrap it up. So let's see how she does. Man, it's pretty darn sharp. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of resistance. I can really tell when I'm cutting cardboard if I get a lot of resistance, and I'm slicing through pretty darn easy. Not too bad. Let's get a piece of cardboard. See what it does on some cardboard here. It's doing pretty good on there. I want to make sure that I'm not just looking through the camera so I don't cut off a finger, you know, in the process. But yeah, it's slicing through the cardboard, no problem. Getting a little messy. There you go. I'm cutting crossways. You know, a lot of people like to see stuff cut up as I poke myself. You know, if you play with knives, things start to happen. You know, it's just kind of inevitable. Ooh, that was close. All right, well, there you have it. My first impressions, the ergos feel nice. It's 9CR18 MOV, so I'm going to be happy with that. You know, I haven't done anything to the blade, obviously, haven't sharpened it yet, and get a look here. Let's get up close. Whoa. Doesn't look too bad. Of course, you know, I just got it good and dirty. That's how I like my knives. Good and dirty means I'm using them. I mean, not really, but really. So there's your edge. But all in all, I'm happy with my first impressions. It feels good. It's like the perfect everyday carry size. I mean, I don't know how to stress that more. The jimping on the liner, it's comfortable. It doesn't look like we have any up here, but you know, the way it is up here, there's this jimping, and the way your finger fits in, my finger doesn't really want to slide. So I don't think that's really going to be an issue with this knife. So I'm not too worried about that. So there's a first look at the Civivi Ortis, and I of course will be annoying my wife the rest of the day with repetitive fidgeting, you know, as I usually do. Special thanks to all my subscribers, and you can email me at beezblades@gmail.com, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Beez Blades, or at Beez Blades. I'm eager to learn anything you want to share, and welcome thoughts and opinions on anything you see on Beez Blades, because that will make this channel that much better. So, as always, remember, don't cut yourself.